Hopefully a lot of you are returning back to the stream. We had a match earlier today that ended in a field sweep. We've got our last match of the night coming here, and it's our first Blackline Championship Series Season 12 matchup here on the Sporty stream. It's nice to see you all. My name is Sporty FC. Hopefully all of you are having an amazing evening. Again, we had a stream earlier today where we saw Dark Falcon sweep Dysfunctional SR. Now we got Blackline, Et3rnity Gaming, Renewal Esports here for the Champions Series. It'll be another one-match stream, but this one for the Blackline Championship Series, this one should be interesting, should be hopefully a little closer than the one that we had earlier today. Et3rnity Gaming, led by Funky Pop Tart, who has made an agreement with me before this matchup. He says that I should call him Big Poppy, so I'm gonna call him that before the series begins. So, Et3rnity Gaming, led by Big Poppy. This is hopefully he's watching this. It's great. Against Renewal's Tricky. Again, for the Champions Series here. The third division out of all of them. There's 5 divisions in Blackline this season. There is Masters, which is the top, then it goes down to Premier, then it goes down to Champions, then it goes down to Contenders, then it goes down to Academy. We'll see here for the first week of the Champions. These are good teams. Should be, well, actually all the teams here are going to be insanely strong. Doesn't matter who it is. Everybody's got to do well, but how do you do against the other teams around you? And it's Et3rnity Gaming, Renewal Esports. Lobby's been made. We'll just send out info to them. And the prediction poll is up. Again, make your prediction. Who do you think will win, Et3rnity or Renewal? Which of these two organizations will win it? These teams are considered the premier teams of these organizations. Renewal does have a second team as well, Renewal Storm. That team, I believe, is in the Academy series, so Renewal, not just represented by this team, but also has another team along there with them. As it looks like already Renewal getting themselves into the lobby here. Well, two of the players have. Still waiting on Tricky. Looks like Tricky's having some issues, but we'll get Tricky in there soon enough, don't worry. And we'll get this best of 5 series started up very soon. As again, we're just putting around here. Again, that's kind of the interesting part. But again, prediction poll's up. Make your prediction who you think will win. As again, we have about 3 minutes left on that prediction, so might as well use the time that you have to make your choice. And there's nothing that we can go off of about these teams. It's week 1, so no matches having played yet. Reminder, it has been a decent off season for both these for any team here in the Blackline Championship Series, so has to be factored into it. But again, let's take a look at that schedule that we had earlier today. 2 matches that we had. Again, so Dark Falcons keep their unbeaten streak going, as except Dysfunctional SR. Now it's Et3rnity Renewal. One of these 2 teams is going to win. One of these 2 teams is going to have a good week 1. The other going to, going to have to wish that they could have played a little better here. As we're waiting for both these teams. Again, welcome to the stream, everybody. There'll be some good action for the Blackline Championship Series. And we got another match scheduled for the Blackline actually on Friday. That'll be for the Academy Series. That'll be another good series, but again, I won't reveal too much until that time comes. Again, just waiting out here. We'll go in game. As you can see, Renewal. Now it's Tricky and Cooper in the lobby. They had Darren in there as well. I don't know what's happened. Darren's now not in the lobby anymore. And I'm excited for this. This should be a good series. I can't, you know, I'm like jumping for joy. So great to see Blackline back. Again, what's nice about this series is that we aren't on any rush. So we can wait as long as we need to before the series here. There's nothing that is rushing anybody here on this one. So we'll keep waiting. These teams have a lot of time to jump in, so we're not in any rush. Renewal, again, I've seen 3 different Renewal players jumping in and out, so hopefully that means that they'll all be here soon. Still haven't heard from Et3rnity, but knowing what Big Poppy, aka Funky Pop-Tart, said, they'll be here. There's no need to be here early if you, as long as you're on time, that's all that they need. That's what we'll be waiting for. Again, for anybody who doesn't know Blackline, Blackline is a 3v3 league. Some extremely high-level gameplay. This is, again, considered the 3rd tier, the 3rd division, whatever you want to call it. It's the Champion Series here for the Blackline Championship Series. It's above Contenders, but below Premier. Again, this is kind of where you start to see a lot of really solid teams to really form themselves. Because again, lobby info has been sent to both these teams, so hopefully the wait won't be too much longer. Again, there's currently 2/3 of Renewal in here. Waiting on all 3 of Et3rnity. We have technically hit our match start time. Both teams have 15 minutes to join in. That should be easily enough time. Again, especially since both these teams have been pretty chatty before the series. My assumption is that maybe they're just finishing up like one last match or something. That's a common thing that happens. Not an issue. We'll just have to wait a little bit, but as soon as everybody's here, we're good to go. Week 1 of the Blackline Championship Series. We'll be starting up soon. This will be our first ever Blackline Season 12 matchup. Again, my assumption is that both these teams are scoring thing. Yep. As soon as I talk about that, Et3rnity Gaming immediately say, "Hey, we're stuck in an overtime." So they're joining soon. There they are. There's Darren. That's the entire Renewal roster here tonight. Tricky, Cooper, and Darren. And there's Et3rnity with Big Poppy, Funky Pop-Tart, Danny Dubs, and Mello. Best of 5 series. Here we go. Welcome to Blackline Championship Series Season 12. It's week 1 of the Champions Series. And we're ready for some exciting action. And both these teams are ready for it as well. Here we go. A big matchup Eternity Gaming on the blue. Renewal Esports on the orange. Who will get off to the better start? Again, with it being week 1, with these teams having pretty substantial off-season to have found each other, to have worked with each other. It'll take them a little bit before they get back into that competitive spirit, but that's what Game 1 can be used for. As Tricky down the field, Mello will clear it right on back. Aaron, high touch, but Funky Pop-Tart to return towards Mello off the back wall. Oh, couldn't get that second touch, but definitely made Renewal second guess themselves there. Gonna go off to a high flying start is Et3rnity, but it will be shut down. Tricky back the other way. Renewal saved by Funky Pop-Tart, bouncing straight downfield. Multiple players committing here for Et3rnity, but Renewal still has the offense. Cooper couldn't get past Danny Dubs. Danny Dubs towards the net, saved by Darren. And Renewal can now try to transition the other way. So far, both these teams pretty respectful of each other. Not seeing a lot of extreme aggression here or extreme demos, bumps. We're not really seeing that from these teams. They're both playing a pretty comfortable start. Again, just trying to get themselves used to this competitive series, to used to each other's playstyles. There's no use overcommitting when you don't even know what your opponents are going to bring at you. I think that's the mentality that both these teams are bringing. As Darren, they clear it back. Funky Pop-Tart holding it close. 50-50. Cooper gonna challenge Danny Dubs. Cleared long. Renewal have found themselves more often than not getting stuck in their own defensive half, but the frequency of their clear attempts, their outplay attempts, are definitely not making it an issue for them. These teams still scoreless. The chance is coming. Renewal, can they get that first goal? Darren's wide. And now Funky Pop-Tart dribbling it, but he takes too long. Tricky with the challenge. This one gets through Danny. Mello. Dunks by Darren. Renewal for it! Darren couldn't reach it in time. Now Tricky looking for the clear. Kept back by Et3rnity. Now it's Renewal's time to play some defense. But not for long. Get it out. A little bit of use of some passing plays. He's now off the back wall. Darren backwards. Mello with a massive dunk play there on defense. And again, both these teams respectful each other, but not too respectful. They're giving away that kind of space. They're still challenging at points where it's necessary. But when will that disrespect, when will that kind of all-in aggression come for these teams? Surely the amount of time that we've been spending without a goal must be weighing heavily on them. And whoever scores that first goal, it's going to be a huge momentum booster for that team. This one down the field. The players commit here for Et3rnity. Trying to clear the ball out. Funky Pop-Tart towards the sidewall. Tricky back in, going towards the net. Saved by Danny Dubs. Now a follow-up shot. That one slowly will go in for Darren. The first goal on this stream for Blackline Championship Series Season 12. And it's a slow roller from Darren as it gets right by Danny Dubs. Funky Pop-Tart not able to recover as well. Yes, that's what FC stands for. Hello, hello. And we got some Blackline, the first ever Blackline Season 12 matchup on this stream. It's Et3rnity on the blue, it's Renewal on the orange. Right now, Renewal looking to add another. Saved by Mello, pinched away, Tricky. Will head it up towards the corner, Danny Dubs. Gives it back the other way, Cooper. Won't be able to get the offense going in the way they want to. Now this one downfield, Renewal saves it, Tricky. Out towards Darren, back to Tricky. Oh, Tricky couldn't get a handle on that. But this mistake from Et3rnity, this actually might cost them. Mello will clear it out. Darren, towards the corner. A miss from Danny, infield, Funky Pop-Tart clears. Some scares here for Et3rnity. The amount of times that ball's just laying in front of their nets cannot be good for them. Their offense has not gone really off the ground yet, has not helped them either. As off the back wall. Little touch here. Final 10 seconds. Mello trying to get themselves a chance. Past one in front. Cooper gets the clear. Funky Pop-Tart now. To the corner. Not a lot of boost in the tank. Ceiling shot. Here comes Danny Dubs. Off the back wall. Miss! Zevo! Zevo seconds! Funky Pop-Tart with the even up here. It's Danny Dubs off the back wall. He didn't have a lot of boost going into this one. And he keeps it alive. Incredible scenes here. And this is just game one. Et3rnity looking to win it. Funky Pop-Tart infield. Oh my goodness, Cooper jumps in the way of that. Miss here, Darren. Couldn't find his way through the second defender. And now Et3rnity clears it the other way. Danny Dubs towards the net. Saved by Cooper. Get better. Mello now. Tricky. Stopped by Mello. In front, Darren. Beaten by Danny. As Tricky looking to clear it back. Tricky. So win it with the pinch! Oh, Tricky! Saved anyways! Follow-up is in! Darren will get it! And I thought for a moment there Et3rnity escaped this one! Danny Dubs with a crazy save, and it's Darren still waiting on the end of it. For the game one winner for Renewal Esports. They got scored at 0 seconds. It was close, but they'll get the winner, and they'll get the winner for this one. My goodness. A close game. And Renewal now one game closer to winning this series, but that was maybe a little too close for them. My goodness, my heart's already bounding and it's only game one. And what's crazy about these teams is they're both ready for it. They're both ready for game two. Coming into the series, I didn't know how close it would be, but my goodness, it ramped up quickly. Game two now. Race for impact. This series is only going to get better. Renewal takes game one in overtime. I think for both these teams, what they're going to need is a better start. It took them a while before we got any goals going for either of these teams last game. I'm sure neither of them would want to follow that same path. That's why Et3rnity on offense. Mello. Oh, he didn't have enough boost for that. Follow up. Funky Pop-Tart completely whiffs that open net shot. And now cleared away. Cooper bouncing off the corner. Danny Dubs whiffs this. Up is Darren. And now Cooper off the back wall. Darren, he's trying to jump for that one, but that will be an overcommit anyways. Renewal Esports sent one too many going for that challenge. And Et3rnity will score first in game two. Tricky knows better than to challenge Mello in that play. As last defender, even if he gets that one, the best it can be is a 50-50. That just is a little too risky there for any player. Nonetheless, the last defender. But Tricky trying to answer back the other way. Saved. Cooper. Up with it. 50-50 with Mello. Darren whiffs it. Tricky. Awkward here as Mello will take that boost. Danny Dubs going for offense. Darren will clear it to the side. Right now, the offense trying to suffocate here from Et3rnity. Shots, aerial plays. They just continue to challenge. And now they have to let up. But just only for a little bit, though. It stays in the Renewal half. Danny Dubs. Off the back wall, Darren. Looking to clear it back. Mello. Stops by Cooper. And here comes another shot. More and more they pile on. When will it break through? When will it break the seal that Renewal have on this net? That's all 3 players committing on that save. And you can tell with the triple commit like that, they are in complete disarray right now. Well, they might be holding that net. It's definitely by a thread. That's a clear that they necessarily need. Just a little bit of time. All they needed was a little bit of time just to reset, get themselves some boost. And now, actually, maybe even some offense. But again, they're found overcommitting. Danny Dubs the other way. And he misses his opportunity. Mello. Cleared back, pinch this time. Cooper. The massive redirect, Tricky. Whiffs on this one. Danny Dubs towards the open net. Mello stopped by Cooper. Follow up from Funky Pop-Tart. Darren will make that touch. But now in field. Tricky will jump and intercept. Right now it's just offense on top of offense for Et3rnity. The big surprise is that they've only scored once. Renewal can take this back at any moment. And that's a good 50-50 in front for Darren. There it is. A crazy 50-50 challenge. Cooper jumps in. And Darren is just in the right place at the right time in front of the net. And sometimes that's what you need to get those goals. There's no necessary reason for him to be there. But because he is there, Renewal will score this one. Darren. Hold control. It's in front for Danny Dubs. Challenged by Cooper. Tricky. Up towards Cooper. Great passing play. Now trying to head towards the net is Cooper. And he'll find the opening. Renewal Esports. Catch Mello turning the wrong direction. And it's Cooper to slot it in. Didn't need to think twice about that one. Just went go, go, go. Darren. To the ceiling. Now heads to the ground. Pinched. Renewal. Again, while they spend more time on defense, their defense itself is quite strong, and their offense almost gets another one here. They make the most of the few opportunities they do have. With that said, the suffocating nature of Et3rnity can definitely be an issue for Renewal if they cannot break out. And such as this moment, Et3rnity on offense, in front, double commit here for Renewal. Darren, the only one still playing in front. Tricky with the save. Follow-up from Danny Dubs. That's going to go wide of the back post. And the bumps from Renewal trying to get themselves a little bit of breathing room. Danny Dubs. Back wall. In for Funky Pop-Tart. Saved by Tricky. The follow-up shot never came. Renewal. Again. Hard pressed on defense. Seem to be relatively comfortable in it. As long as they don't double commit or triple commit too often, they seem to be fine. Is now cleared towards Mello. Gets past one Renewal player, but the second one will stop him here. This game, only a 1-goal differential. Darren to make it free. Saved by Mello on the line. And now can Et3rnity go back? It's saved. Can they keep it alive? They do. But it's Darren to just get one more. 50-50 in front. Renewal will take game 2. They've come in with confidence. They're continuing that confidence here. They don't go to overtime this time. But it is still close. Every game is going to be close here for these teams. There's no real major separator. But what's been holding Renewal in has been their defense. What will Game 3 have in store? Et3rnity Gaming now needs to win 3 in a row. Renewal, all they need is one more. Here we go, Game 3. Renewal, if they want to win this series, they could just take it in a sweep here. But you know Et3rnity has all their plans. Maybe they'll score first. They will. It's from Mello. Funky Pop-Tart will head to the back wall, and Mello's waiting on the ground. Tricky tried to read Funky Pop-Tart there in the double tap. Funky Pop-Tart never went for that play. And instead, he'll allow his teammate to come in and clean it up. Tricky clears it. And he bombs it back upfield. Renewal Esports playing a little further out of their net in this position. Generally, they're pretty far back, but that's just an open net. And Darren will steal it! Oh my goodness, Darren. I don't know how much of the ball he got there, but he'll take away what was really supposed to be Tricky's goal. But it doesn't really matter for Renewal. They'll take whatever they can get. Every goal counts. As Cooper. Oh, what a flick. He's actually flicked over Darren as well. Towards the net, Darren with the finisher. And that's Darren's second. But again, he's stealing his teammate's shot. This one, though, was a little more expected and a much better choice from him. That was going to be saved by Danny no matter what was going to happen on it. Darren with that finisher, though, makes it impossible. And Renewal will turn this game in their favor. A very quick start. Will we see more goals again? Every game's been somewhat low scoring. I expect that we'll see, generally as the series goes on and get into games 3 and 4, we see a lot more scoring. I think that's staying true here. What a stealing shot from Mello again. And it's Mello's second goal now. And again, assisted by Funky Pop-Tarts. Off of the back wall. This time, though, it's a ceiling shot that just goes wide. Again, Mello there to clean up the scraps. It's back and forth right now. We're not even a minute in. Cooper. Over Mello towards the net. Saved by Danny. But he doesn't have a great recovery here. That allows Renewal time to go for offense. Darren for his hat trick. And at this rate, who knows how many goals we'll get in this game. But it does seem like it's Renewal who's that little bit ahead right now. Tiny Dubs try to answer back over Tricky here. Annie Dubs looking to go infield off the back wall, jumping his Funky Pop-Tarts. Mello to get his third. That was on target. Cooper had to stop it. Offense. Still. Et3rnity trying to push here. This is one of those games where it's not like defense is playing badly. It's just their offense have started to get used to each other. You love games like these where it's back and forth. As now clear from Cooper. And he dubs with a save. Funky Pop-Tart challenges Darren. Mello takes it up. Mello with the flip reset. Under one. Darren will deny the chance there on the ground. And will prevent what could have been a nasty solo play. Mello was looking very well in control there. There's now fake play. Tricky. Keep it out of harm's way. Searching for that corner. Searching for the dribbles. Renewal enacting more and more simple dribble plays here to get the ball out of defense. Not willing to commit anything. The thing with passing plays as well, they're very reliable. They can cause overcommits. Instead, they're willing just to go for solo plays instead. Well, this play touch from Tricky. He's going to go straight backwards. Danny Dubs. He's in the offense. Now he's demoed by Tricky. But the damage has already been done. Et3rnity on offense here for the moment. They have ball control. But that play from Darren keeps it in offense. Funky Pop-Tart misses. There's the goal for Tricky. And again, Darren going for the goal steal. He's gone for it before. He's hit it. This time, this one not so fortunate. He can't take Tricky's goal. Renewal now leading by 2, but with 2 minutes left, anything can happen. And knowing that the gameplay that Et3rnity's pushing forward, they definitely have what it takes. Vicky dribbles it. And comes off the sidewall. Darren keeps it high. Flip reset from Darren. Now Tricky! Oh my goodness, Darren almost read that. Well, it's going to be easily the goal of the series. I can't believe they almost hit that. That's taking pre-jumping to a whole new level. And mind, they're only up by 2 here. Et3rnity can answer back. Darren. A little spin touch there. Gets cleared back away by Et3rnity. Again, it's Darren who's playing the aggression. Flip reset. Double flip reset. Gets away from him. And it's cleared away. Tricky, last one back. Mello jumps, but he whiffs it too. Darren, oh, he misses the open net. I don't know if Darren thought there was a defender back there, if he just wanted to go for the double tap for style points. But that one could have been what ended the series here. And Et3rnity is going to make them pay. Great save from Darren. Tricky. Clears it, but it's only back to Funky Pop-Tart. Final 30 seconds. Funky Pop-Tart! Double tap off the ceiling. Unchallenged. Unfazed. And this play originally unassuming, but he made them stare at it for a while. It's not too crazy. It's pretty simple in general for a player like Funky Pop-Tart. But man, it's effective. And now that open net miss from Darren, that's going to hurt Renewal here if they don't... If they can see another goal here. Darren. In front, Mello with the clear back. And again, a 1-goal differential in the final seconds here. Mello across for Danny. Danny dunked by Tricky. Darren jumped too. As Cooper past Mello goes back. Danny dubs off his own back. That is almost in. Now it will be for Tricky. And that should, in theory, seal it for Renewal. Danny dubs went for a Hail Mary touch there off the back wall. But it didn't get enough height there. Tricky will score it in. And this series will end in a sweep. It was so close. We had a 0-second goal in Game 1 in overtime. Game 2 was a 1-goal differential. This one, and it will follow that same suit of being close, but this will be it. Week 1, Renewal Esports. They're going to take the series in a sweep. 3 games straight. They take down Et3rnity Gaming. And chat, you said it right. This is a good series. But Renewal will take it. 3 games in a row. Sorry, yeah, I said it right. Renewal. I don't know why I second-guessed myself there. And we'll get an interview before we end off this one. As we'll get someone here from Renewal to join us on this stream. Again, a close series, even though there's 3 games. That doesn't really say what the series was like. It was close. Every game was tense. There was no blowouts. And you couldn't even consider that last game to be close to a blowout. It was a close one. But here to talk about it, it's the captain of Renewal. Hello, Tricky. Congratulations, a great start to your Blackline Championship Series Season 12 debut.
Thank you, thank you.
That series was close. 3-0 does not say the storyline there. Every game was close. Game 1 was Game 1, I thought for a moment you guys were going to lose it there. And then Game 2 was a 1-goal differential. Game 3 could have gone the exact same way. How do you feel? Because those games were close. You guys really were thrown into a tense matchup early in the season.
Yeah, no, we definitely did not come out swinging. It started off a little cold from the... hopped into the lobby really early, and so we were a little bit cold on the get-go, and comms were a little slower, but once we started finding the flow again, the 3rd game was a lot more of us, so... But
Oh, you can always say that.
Shout out to Mello, man. That man is insane.
Yeah, Mello gave you guys some troubles, especially in Game 3 there. He scored a ton of the goals. What was your way to combat against Mello? Because, again, in that 3rd game, it seemed like the offense started to really figure each other out. You guys had to counter that offense. How did you guys do it?
Well, honestly, it was Coop for the I think it was the OT goal in game 1. Coop was sitting there bumping Mello in our net for like 5 seconds or something. He was just sitting there bumping him, keeping him occupied, and then the next game, Coop got like few demos on Mello. It was a lot of their rotations were based around Mello, and so it was more of a avoid Mello and we have a better chance. And so then became a well, if we can't necessarily avoid him, we just demo him. So take him out, bump him, chase him, force him to rotate abnormally, like do something to get him to not do proper rotations.
Again, it was a game with Mello. You spoke about who? Yeah, you spoke about what was it again? You spoke about you know what? I forgot. You spoke about. I'm trying to remember names here. You spoke about
Uh,
Cooper. There you go. And his matchups. Let's talk about Darren now. He was a scoring prowess in that third game, but he did steal your goal. How do you feel about Darren trying to steal all your goals? He almost got a fourth one there off of your shots as well. Off of that. How do you feel? I feel like week one, is that is Darren just like that, or is this a sign that the team's kind of having fun here and the vibes are feeling good right now at the start of the Backline Championship Series?
yeah, no, Darren and I have been playing together for like almost 4 years now, and he he does steal a lot of my goals, even in competitive. He'll just take my goals. That's just like something Darren does with me, and so like he didn't actually expect to steal that first goal. That first goal when it was just going in there, he actually was surprised that he got that touch before it was like in the net. And even in the replay, like when it slows it down for that touch, like the ball was basically the entire way into the net. It was like a pixel difference, but Darren is just our general offense as well though. Like he's our scorer. I mean you saw in game 3 he tried to go for a couple double flip resets. And like he's very mechanical and great at scoring goals, and so I'm not too upset if he steals my goals. That's that's not necessarily my role. So if he wants to steal my goal, bump his stats, I don't mind as long as the ball goes in, you know?
Yeah, of course. Again, now let's talk about your next week. You get to play No My True Chain Go. Now, if I'm not wrong, I've got to check and see who's playing on that team. Because if this is the No My True Chain I do know,
I do
let's
believe
see.
this is
Yes, it
the
is. It is the No My True Chain I know. They won the Contender Series last season.
yep.
Um, what does that feel? Obviously, in the Champions Series, so it's a little different, it's a lot tougher. But this team is scary. They won contenders. They deserve to be here. What is going to be your guys' job to make sure that they get a very not so warm greeting into the Backline Championship Series, Champions Series?
Well, I mean, I think it kind of is going to depend on how this week's match for them goes. Because if they come in and win this week's match, they'll probably be feeling pretty good next week. Like, it's that reconfirmation that they deserve to be here. And so they might be feeling pretty good, but
Yeah,
yeah, no,
they play Outspeed Esports, if that helps you.
okay, yeah, no, so I think it's gonna depend a lot on how that match goes, and but for next week, it's gonna be very dependent on if we're on it, because on our off days we'll play as good as like plat 3, but when we're like really feeling it, we've taken down some 1800 plus teams, 1900 teams, so
Oh, so like Premier teams, basically. They've taken down
yeah.
Premier teams. I
Yeah,
see.
so it it's really gonna depend on the type of day it is. We've been grinding, we've been trying to play more, so we just today we had a match earlier today, and it went a lot better than we should have won it. We did lose 4-2 as a best of 7, but uh I was pretty happy with as disappointing as losing is, when you play decently, you still feel better, or if like the chemistry is slightly better. Like there were some pretty obvious mistakes, but ultimately still felt good. And so even when we were playing warming up in comp and cash and whatnot, it feels like we're playing better together now. And so next week when we're going, I'm pretty sure we'll give them a warm sweep or a welcome into, you know, the new league. So,
Yeah, exactly. Again, going against No My True Chain, definitely a tough team. But again, big win. Do you have any final statements, any shoutouts here for anybody on the stream? Congratulations as well by being the first Blackline Championship Series Season 12 matchup on the Sportier stream.
thank you very much. And shout out Renewal Esports, thank you for keeping us around. Shout out to BLCS. Absolutely. Like, it's been one of my favorite leagues competing in. Absolutely fun playing like weekly matches and doing the BLCS events. Shout out to you for, the cast. Absolutely love it when we get hosted because it's nice being able to like, send links to friends and family and whatnot and have them hop
Hey,
into the
this
stream.
guy's
So
streaming me.
yeah, so absolutely love that. So shout out there. And then yeah, shout out to the teammates. Couldn't win without them. So
Again, yeah, again, a big win for you guys. You guys should be happy. Again, it's a great start. 3-0 sweep. You couldn't have asked for anything better than that. Again, thank you so much, Tricky, for joining us. And again, congratulations on the win for Renewal Esports. Have an amazing night.
thank you very much. You too.
And that will end off that matchup. It was a 3-0 sweep here. 2 3-0 sweeps today. Man, an interesting stream to say the least. Well, again, thank you all so much for joining. I saw a good amount of you chatting there. Hopefully the stream was fun. I mean, I always try to make sure it's fun. But again, let's take one last recap. We had Dark Falcons, Dysfunctional SR. Dark Falcons won in a sweep. They are the superior team of the two. Then we saw Et3rnity, Renewal. Renewal wins in a sweep, but it was a lot closer. A lot, I think, than many people gave them credit for. Again, incredible matchups here. Thank you all so much for joining. Seriously, matters a lot to me. Love you all. Have an amazing night, everybody.